Can the Red Sox return to dominance and become a dynasty for the next 10 years? That is the question we will be answering in this video. What is up, guys? It's TheGreatWall, back again with another video. Today, we are here with another 10-year sim. And of course, as you can see, it is the Boston Red Sox. A very historic team, as they have won, I think, what was it, like six or so home World Series? There used to be a way to check. I don't know if there is at this point anymore. Here we go, achievements. They have 9 World Series titles. They are arguably one of the greatest franchises of all time in all sports, let alone the MLB. But within the MLB, they are definitely a top 3 to 5 organization of all time. And they have a decent roster. Is it the greatest roster we've ever seen in the world? No, I'll be honest. But it is a very solid roster. I guess the Connolly early trade isn't in the game yet at the time of recording this. It is Sunday, so I guess he was traded in real life for Curtis Mead from the Nationals. So I might force that trade through. I might just send it over and see if it works, because technically Curtis Mead's on the Red Sox now. Connolly early is over in Washington, which I think hopefully works out very well for the Nationals as a Nationals fan. But obviously in today's video, we are more worried about the Red Sox. So yeah, I'm going to send that Connolly early trade over, and then we'll go from there. But if you guys enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It means a lot to me and my editor. We are very close to 500 subscribers. I can taste it. So if you guys could drop a subscribe, leave a like, drop a comment, all the fun stuff, and help us out, it would mean a ton. Without further ado, let's go ahead, start simming, and see how this team does. Alright, so I was gonna do the Connolly early for Curtis Mead trade. Curtis Mead's untouchable, which I think is kind of crazy, but yeah, that's kind of where we are. So the Red Sox get a little bit lucky in this one. They get to keep Connolly early. We'll see if that plays into their benefit. Alright, so they have not made any trades yet. We're at the All-Star break. Matt Olson's in Milwaukee for whatever reason. Okay. Ben Rice is leading the league in home runs at this point, which is crazy. Let's go ahead and see how the All-Star voting looks. Wilyer Abreu is an All-Star. Connolly early, funnily enough, is also an All-Star, so good for him. See how these other guys are doing. Chapman's an All-Star. Kyle Teal, former Red Sox, is an All-Star. Would have been funny if he was still here. Do they have anyone else? So I don't think they will, besides Abreu, obviously. Oh, Jarren Duran is also here, so good for him. And Wilyer Abreu. So yeah, the team's doing well. I'll show you guys the draft class in a second and see if they drafted anyone good. All right, it looks like they are going to make a trade. Franklin Arias for Ty France, Miguel Andujar. I don't mind this trade too much. Okay, so not the greatest of draft classes. I mean, this guy's got superstar potential, but only a 51 overall at 22 years old. He's a long shot, and I mean, this guy's decent. Not the greatest draft class in the world, but they also did have the 20th pick, so you use that information what you will. So the Red Sox finished 87 and 75, and they almost blew the playoffs with this absolutely insane final 8 games, an 8-game losing streak, which took them from first in the AL East to barely sneaking into the playoffs. Connolly early leads the MLB with ERA. Wilyer Abreu wins a Gold Glove. No Connolly early for Cy Young at all, which is kind of crazy. Let's say, wait, 12 caught stealing. How many stolen bases did he have? Wow, he had more caught stealings than stolen bases. That's absolutely insane. All right, Wilyer Abreu with a 6.9, phenomenal year from him. A 4 for Narvaez, 3.4 for Roman Anthony, 2.8 from Rafaela, Meyer with a 2.6, Durbin and Contreras with 2 apiece. Duran with a 1.8 and Trevor Story with a 1.2. Pitching wise, Connolly early, 12 and 7, 2.49 ERA is not bad. Crochet with a 4 WAR, 2.8 from early, 2.1 from Suarez. Sonny Gray with a 1.8, falling down to an 82, which is not ideal. Patrick Sandoval with a 1, Tolley with 8.9. How many saves did Chapman have? 42 saves. I mean, that's not bad. But yeah, let's see what they can do in the playoffs. Taking on Baltimore, they're going to beat them down. Cleveland, wow, it's funny. Cleveland swept them here and here. That sucks. It is what it is, though. Let's see if they make any big moves this offseason. Okay, they're going to trade away Jake Bennett for Bo Bichette. I actually don't mind that deal. All right, so they did lose Chapman and Duhar, IKF in free agency. They signed Hunter Harvey and no one else. That is not ideal. All right, let's see if they're cooking something up here. All right, home run derby. Do we have anyone here? No, we do not. That's all right. Let's see who we have as an all-star. We are first in the division, which is good. Yoshida is an all-star out of all people. Crochet, Garrett Whitlock doing a good job. Hunter Harvey doing a good job. He's actually going up in overall, still good for him. Do we have anyone else? Masataka Yoshida, we obviously saw him already. He's hitting 310. Even though he's going down in overall, he's actually doing really well. Yeah, I mean, the team's doing well enough. Hopefully they can hold on strong and have a good draft class. Okay, they're going to get David Bednar for Jetixon Paez. This is a great deal. Okay, not the greatest of drafts. This guy's got decent potential. Just really nothing special, unfortunately. All right, we hold on strong, finish 97 and 65, and win the division. Also, are the 1 seed and get a bye, which is huge. Crochet, phenomenal job, strikeouts and WAR. Yoshida led the league in hits. Whitlock delivery man. Crochet wins a Cy Young. That is beautiful to see. See how the rest of the guys did. Yoshida had a phenomenal year. 5-7 from Rafaela, 5 from Meyer and Roman Anthony. Dynamic duo that everyone has been waiting for. Narvaez with a 4-4. Willier Brady with a 4-2. 3-9 from Yoshida. 2-7 from Bo Bichette. Wish he did a little better, but honestly, not bad. It'll play. Anthony Siegler with a 1. Yeah, and then the bench kind of just meh. Needs to be a little bit better. 43 saves out of Garrett Whitlock will play, though. Crochet with a 4-3. Suarez with a 3-4. Tolley with a 3-2 up to an 87. Sonny Gray with a 1-7. Connolly early up to an 86 with a 1-6. David Bednar with a 1-4. Brian Bello with a 1-3. Hunter Harvey with a 1-2. And Johan Oviedo with a 1-1. I'm actually going to go ahead, turn Johan Oviedo into a starter, and then we will get to the playoffs. Seattle in the ALCS, or DS, I mean. They go down. Baltimore in the ALCS. Okay, we almost choke it. Milwaukee in the World Series. Come on. All the marbles. And the Red Sox are going to win the 2027 World Series. That's a huge start to this video. Abreu with a World Series MVP. Marcelo Meyer with a playoff MVP. Great start, honestly. Great start. Jarren Duran sucked in the regular season. Turned it up in the postseason. Did exactly what we needed him to do. That is huge. Yeah, all right. They got their first. Let's see if they can get more. So they lose Hunter Harvey, Sonny Gray, and Brendan Rodgers. So nothing crazy. They signed Carson Kelly. They signed Brian Abreu. They signed Justin Steele and Christian Walker. This team is actually going to go back-to-back. There's no way this team doesn't go back-to-back. We're going to turn Oviedo back into a reliever for now. Just so that he can stay at his overall. This team is actually going to go back-to-back. They need a better second baseman. Christian Walker might be almost ready. But this team, they have a great chance. Honestly, they have a phenomenal chance. So, it also looks like did they lose Yoshida? Am I losing my mind? Did they lose Yoshida at some point? I guess they lost him last year. I'm losing my mind. All right, that's fine though. Let's go ahead. Let's sim to the All-Star break and see how they're doing. Okay, they make a huge deal, and it's a good one. Kyson Witherspoon, Antonio Anderson, and Miguel Bleis for, if it lets me go over there, David Festa, Alex Vesia, and Marcell Ozuna from the Braves. Yeah, I think this is a great deal, honestly. All right, we're at the home run derby. Do we have anyone here? Marcell Ozuna from the Red Sox. Hell yeah. The team is doing really well as well. 62 and 34. Roman Anthony out there in left field getting it done. Peyton Tolley getting it done. Garrett Whitlock is phenomenal. Who else do we have here? We need to have a couple guys here at least. Also, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed in the team. Obviously, Roman Anthony, Marcell Ozuna, who's a beast for whatever reason in this game. Yeah, it's going to be at Jack Caglione. What a guy. Yeah, hopefully the team can just finish off strong. Mickey Moniak back with the Angels is kind of funny. But hopefully we can hold on strong, have a good draft class, and make it back to the playoffs and do a job. Nothing special. I mean, they've got this guy who could be a decent backup at some point on a World Series team. This guy could be a decent back of the bullpen kind of guy on a good World Series winning team. But really nothing special, honestly. All right, 102 and 60. They managed to get better. Crochet, phenomenal year. Roman Anthony, phenomenal. Roman Anthony, Willie Abreu, Gold Gloves. Roman Anthony wins a Hank Aaron, third for the MVP. Pete Alonso, God, have a season. Wow. Let's check out the guys. How are they doing? Roman Anthony, nice little 8-2 up to a 95. Meyer up a 5 up to an 86. Carson Kelly with a 4-4. Rafaela with a 4-2. Abreu with a 3. Duran with a 2-6. 1-7 from Romy and Narvaez. Bobuchet with a 1-3. The backups did whatever they needed to do. 38 saves from Whitlock. 19 from Bednar. So that makes sense, I guess. And we had just a phenomenal rotation. Garrett Crochet, not a great year. Could have been better, but could have been worse. Justin Steele with the 4-5, 3-8 from Crochet, 3-6 from Peyton Tolley, Suarez with a 2-5, early with a 2. Yeah, I don't think we need to turn anyone back into a starter. I'm going to check, and then we'll hop into the playoffs. Cleveland in the first round that we have. Chicago, they're going to just get destroyed. I did turn Johan Oviedo into a starter. Crochet, come on. Can we go back-to-back? And we do against the Dodgers. Rematch of, what was that, 2017? 2018? Bobuchet, World Series MVP. Willie Abreu, playoff MVP. This team was just insane. So they go back-to-back, which is, I think, the first time since the Marlins. So, yeah, let's go into the next year. Hopefully they can keep their core together and not lose too many guys. They sign Ronald Acuna Jr., I'm hoping that means that they didn't lose anyone like someone else for him. But 8-year deal, he'll be here the rest of the 10 years, so that'll play. Okay, we're also gonna get Isaac Paredes and Cade Stroud for Alden Sarian and Samuel Zavala. Not a bad move at all. Okay, so they did lose a lot of guys. They lost Oviedo, Walker, Jarren Duran, Ozuna, Trevor Story. But does that mean they kept Bednar? And Whitlock? I think they were also both free agents, unless I'm missing something. We signed Acuna. They got Ernie Clement, Vinny Pasquantino. That's a great signing. So he did sign a few guys. I want to see, did they keep their bullpen guys? Oh, Garrett Whitlock stayed. And so did David Bednar. I'm pretty sure they were both on one-year deals before. Okay, Bednar's on a one-year deal. And so is Whitlock, but that's okay. Brian Brady went down. Ooh. But yeah, their team is still in a phenomenal spot, even without Oviedo, because this year we'll have Brian Bello hopefully good enough to go back into the starting rotation at some point. And their team, I mean, still phenomenal. So we might have a three-peat on our hands, and I am certainly hoping that we do. They also kept Bo Bichette. I'm pretty sure his deal was expiring. His $40 million deal or whatever, I'm pretty sure was coming down up. Wow. All right. I think we have enough for a third one in a row. So let's go see. All right, we are at the home run derby. The team is doing very well yet again. I think it's our third year of 60 wins by the All-Star break. Roman Anthony, Garrett Crochet, both getting it done. Foster Griffin, Nationals legend already. David Bednar's here as well. Von Lackey, good for him. Anyone else from our team? CJ Abrams, McGonigal. Okay, Roman Anthony. Jarren Duran went to the Twins. That sucks. And, alright. So we only had a couple guys, but that's fine. Honestly, team's doing well. See if we can make it back to the playoffs. Maybe win our third in a row. Oh my god, I thought they got a generational talent. You see that? Oh my god, dude. I thought they hit on one. But instead they get just a bum. Yeah, this is a terrible draft class. They're setting themselves up for failure with this, basically. 106 games. I mean, come on. That's insane. Garrett Crochet went off. Roman Anthony, give that man the MVP. He didn't win it. Bednar delivery man. Crochet Cy Young. Anthony Hank Aaron, his second of his career. But Vlad, I will say Vlad probably did deserve the MVP. He had a phenomenal year. See the guys, Acuna. Okay, Roman Anthony with a 9, Carson Kelly with a 5-7, Rafaela with a 4-3, Meyer with a 4-1, Abreu with a 4, Acuna with a 3-9, Paredes with a 3-8, 3-6 from Ernie Clement, a 1-6 from Pasquantino. Guys off the bench also did pretty well. Bo Bichette did not really play too much. Caleb Durbin, I guess, took some of that time, and I'm guessing, Paredes obviously too. 54 saves out of Bednar, beautiful work. We will go ahead and turn Brian Bello back into a starter for this postseason. Crochet with a 5-1, Steele and Suarez with a 2-2, Tolley with a 2-1, and a 1 from Bednar. Yeah, it looks like we will need Bello to hopefully step up and do a job in the starting role, because Connolly early did not do well. Cutter Crawford also did not do too well, so throw him into the mix and see what happens. Seattle in the ALDS will go down barely. Chicago back in the ALCS. We're going to move them over. Chicago, the World Series. No way we come back down 3-0. We won our 3rd straight after being down 3-0 in the World Series. Are you kidding me? Are you genuinely kidding me? Acuna wins the World Series MVP. Marcelo Meyer playoff MVP. How is Vinny Pasquantino ranked higher than Roman Anthony? I will not know. But we won our 3rd straight World Series. I think that's a record. That has to be a record. Can they keep their core together? I mean, they're already a dynasty. They've won 3 World Series in 5 years, or in 10 years. I don't even know what the criteria is, but they are a dynasty. So let's see if they can keep the core together and go for a 4th. They signed Ellie De La Cruz. Wow. Oh my God, they're going for 4. They only lost Alex Vesia and Cutter Crawford. Oh my God. They're so good. They also get Brian Baker to strengthen that bullpen. Freddie Fairman, Cole Sands, Pepio, Josh Smith, Kate Cavalli. This team is going for number 4, and they will succeed. This is actually insane. This is genuinely insane. Wow. All right, home run derby. Do we have anyone here? Vinny. All right. Let us see. Another year of 60 wins at the All-Star break. This team is phenomenal. Vinny and Acuna. Crochet is here as well. David Bednar. Is Brian Baker here? Oh, Cole Sands is here. Cole Sands is a closer? I thought he was a reliever. Okay. Good for him, I guess. Vinny, we already knew about. Michael Toglia. What a beast. Do we have anyone else? Roman Anthony. He's Hall of Fame bound already. He's well on his way to getting there. Do we have anyone else? Acuna. This team is phenomenal. Acuna is, yeah, I mean, he's pretty much a Hall of Famer almost at this point. So hopefully he can have another good year here and we can win another World Series. That would be phenomenal. It's kind of crazy to me that they have not had a singular good draft class at this point and are still this dominant. Like, this is actually insane. How bad of a drafting team they are, but it is what it is. Let's finish out the year. If they keep winning, they keep winning. That's all that matters. All right, they take a step back. They only win 103 games. It's okay, I guess. As David Bednar leads the league in saves, and Ronald Acuna Jr. might have just won himself another MVP. Nothing too crazy. He won a batting title, finished 3rd for the MVP. He was very, very good. No reliever of the year because Mason Miller's in the AL now, and Edmundo Garcia, whoever this is an absolute beast. So is Matt Swanson. Jose Ferrer, back on the Nationals, back to being the GOAT. Good for him. I don't even know why I checked that, but I'm glad I did. Let's see. Acuna with a 7-3, Roman Anthony with a 6, 5-3 from Marcelo Meyer, 4-4 from Rafaela, Abreu with a 3-9, Ellie only a 3-4. Hopefully he doesn't do the beautiful fall off after you sign a big contract that the game has installed. Vinny with a 2-7, 2-2 from Carson Kelly, 1-7 from Bo Bichette, and a 1-3 from Ernie Clement. Pitching wise, obviously we saw the 55 saves from Bednar. The starters were okay. Peyton Tolley, man, you gotta figure it out, dude. 5-1 from Crochet, 2-9 from Steele, Whitlock with a 2-3, Suarez with a 2-2, Early with a 2, Cole Sands with a 1-5, Tolley with a 1-3. We will turn Brian Bello back into a starter. Seemed to work out last time, so we'll do that again and see if we can win our 4th straight. I don't think it's possible, but who knows. All right, Cleveland in the ALDS. They're going to go down. The Angels make it all the way here. Unfortunately, losing Game 7. The Cubs We didn't sweep them. We gentlemen swept them. We go back to back to back to back. This is the greatest franchise of all time. Isaac Paredes, World Series MVP and playoff MVP. He was absolutely nuts. Please tell me he's here long term. He is. He's got another year left. We are so good. It sounds like I'm asking for a lot. Can we win a 5th straight next year? I don't think it's possible, but can we do it? Okay, we're going to get Trey Savage for Sam Middleton, Sammy Ozuna, and Cole Sands. Sucks to see Cole Sands go. He was very good last year, but Trey Savage is a beast. We do lose Ranger Suarez to the White Sox. The first domino has fallen, but hopefully it's the only one. We also lose Justin Steele to the Guardians. Yeah, it's not looking too hot here. Okay, so obviously we saw Steele, Suarez. They also lost Bednar, Pepio, and Smith. They signed Eduard Bizardo. It's funny, he was actually be here. Randy Vasquez might still be decent. Angel Martinez isn't bad. Kirk is probably a little bit old, but not too bad. So they signed some decent guys, Dingler and Pajes as well. So maybe there's still a shot. They've got a little bit left in the tank. I guess there's only really one way to find out. All right, home run derby time. Nobody here. That's all right. Do we have anyone? We should. We're at 65 wins. Our 5th straight year of 60 by the All-Star break. Acuna, Ellie, Ranger Suarez. It would be nice to still have him. Garrett Crochet still here, though, doing a job. David Bednar, unfortunately not here anymore. That's okay, though. It's okay. Could be worse. It's not the end of the world just yet. Do we have anyone else besides the 2 that we saw? Roman Anthony. Great job from him. Riley Green's hitting a casual 344. Nothing crazy. So, yeah. Let's finish out this year and see if we can somehow get a 5th one in a row. I don't think it's possible, but we'll see. Okay, they're going to get Harold Burrows and Brooks Lee for Greg Nelson and Richard Erdahl. They're also going to get Tommy Edman for Zach Belliard. They're going to get Kyle Stowers, Kendry Rojas, Keegan Thompson for Anthony Ianson and Eduardo Rivera. Maybe SDS listened and they have upgraded the trade engine, because these trades aren't actually that bad. So let's see how they play out. Okay, and they do have a phenomenal draft. 95 potential, 96 potential. But with only 4 years left after this one, I don't know. This guy will have enough time, but I don't know if this guy will. So let's finish out this year, see if we can go win ourselves another World Series. All right, another 106-win season. They're so good. It's actually kind of crazy. Crochet, Bizardo led the league in saves. Roman Anthony, Tommy Edman, great years. Riley Green, please tell me you won MVP after hitting 345. He's back-to-back World Series, or back-to-back MVP. Is he a Hall of Famer? he might somehow sneak his way in all honesty. Bizardo delivery man, Crochet Cy Young, Abreu Gold Glove. Yeah, the White Sox are cooking. See how the rest of the team did, though. Let us see. 6'5" from Ellie, 6'4" from Roman Anthony, Acuna with a 5'9", Bichette with a 4'8", 4'7" from Abreu, 4'4" from Meyer, Edman with a 4, 3'1" from Stowers, Kelly with a 2'4", Pasquantino with a 2, 1'6" from Clement, 1'3" from Rafaela. I mean, our entire team is just so good. Like, this is ridiculous. Randy Vasquez had a great year, 55 saves from Bizardo. Phenomenal work. 6'1" from Crochet, Trey with a 3'4", Tolley with a 3, 1'7" from Early, 1'6" from Vasquez, 1'5" from Abreu, 1'3" from Stroud, and a 1 from Burrows. We're going to go turn, Bello is still here, perfect. We're going to go turn him back into a starter, see if we can go win ourselves another World Series somehow, someway. All right, we're taking on the Angels. They're going to go down. The White Sox. Wow, they beat us 23-6, and we're moving on to the World Series against the Phillies. No way we do it again. Oh my God. What's that? The 3rd time we've come back from down 3-0 in the World Series? This team is the greatest team of all time. Stowers World Series MVP. Roman Anthony playoff MVP. This is just absolutely absurd at this point. It's our 5th one in a row. Our 5th one in a row. I have no words. If they can keep this core together, there might not be a better 10-year sim in this entire series, which is insane to say this early. We get Derek School. Dude, there's no way. He's only on a 3-year deal, and it looks like he's getting progressively worse. But we have him for the rest of... No, he'll miss the last year. But we get Scooble. That's insane. We lose Trey Savage. That hurts. We signed Nolan McLean, though. That's not bad. That's not bad. He is going down already, but that's not bad. Okay, they're going to get Casey Mize, Josh Hader, and Gordon Graceffo for Brandon Watanabe, who they just drafted, and Shannon Cruz. Oh my god, they lost a lot of guys. Wow. Okay, so I'm not even going to go through everyone. That's probably the most people I've seen like hit free agency at the same time. We obviously signed Scoobs, we signed McLean, we signed Schlittler, we signed Justin Steele back. We get some other guys. Jose Ferrer being one of them. It's not bad. Yeah, we should honestly have enough. As crazy as it sounds, Crochet signed an extension. I feel like they almost always re-sign him though. So I'm not like too surprised at that. But this team is nuts. Brian Bello, we're gonna turn him back into a reliever. We're gonna turn a couple of these guys into a reliever. Am I helping this team out a little bit? Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of this would be not release him. Would be happening if they could, do their own positional changes. So we're gonna do that and then see what happens. Yeah, this team is still phenomenal. Like Christian Campbell's finally up in the MLB. He I don't think is ever gonna turn into anything in this game, but we might actually win number 6 in a row. This is insane. This is actually broken. All right, home run derby. Can we keep our streak of 60 wins by the break? The answer is no. We're still first in the division, but we lose our 5-year streak of 60 wins by the break. Bo Bichette, Ronald Acuna Jr., anyone else? Josh Hader. Okay, that'll play. Stowers. Oh, is he a first baseman now? Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I did not know that he was a first baseman at this point. I thought he was still an outfielder. Bo Bichette, who's been here for such a long time at this point. Oh yeah, he did sign that extension. I forgot about that. Is he Hall of Fame bound? I mean, probably not. Yeah, probably not. Who else do we have here? Just Acuna. All right, I feel like we should have more guys. Josh Lowe is an absolute beast. Go pick him up if you're doing a long-term type rebuild. He's always pretty good. So let's finish out the year. Let's get to the draft class. See if they finally drafted anyone else good. So yeah, we've got 3 years left after this one. There's no way we make it 6 in a row. Like there can't be a way possible. Okay, they're gonna get Reese Olson for Corey Bauman. I guess it's okay deal. Okay, they signed this guy who's decent, but really nothing else. That's fine. Honestly, I don't even care about the draft at this point. They've just been so good. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so not the greatest year. They do finish 94 and 68. They're not first anymore, which is okay. Crochet had a great year. Ellie had a solid year. Acuna. Riley Green is the GOAT. Crochet wins a Cy Young. Riley Green wins his 3rd in a row. Shout out to Riley Green, man. I don't even know what else to say. He's like the GOAT. How did the guys do is the question. 7-2 out of Roman Anthony, 5-2 from Ellie, 4 from Acuna, 3-9 from Bichette and Kelly. Tommy Edman with the 3-7 as well. Stowers, Abreu with a 3-3, and Sedan Rafael with a 1-7. 45 saves out of Hader. Some other guys had some saves. 5-4 from Crochet, Schlittler with a 2-7, 2-2 from Scoops, who is down to a 93. McLean with a 1-8. Burrows with a 1-6, Cavalli with a 1-4, 1-3 from Brian Bello, 1-1 from Olsen and Abreu. Yeah, there's probably a couple guys we're going to turn into as starters because McLean's falling off a ton, and I'm assuming someone else probably is too because we had a lot of older guys, so yeah. All right, taking on the Royals. Almost blow it. White Sox, easy sweep. San Diego, no shot. I don't know why this team is so good. This is their what? 6th straight World Series. This is ridiculous. This is genuinely insane at this point. Tommy Edman, World Series MVP. Vinny Pasquantino, playoff MVP. Wow. All right, we have 3 years left. They have to fall off at some point, right? Like, there's no way they keep this up. Oh my God, this is a lot of players getting traded. They're going to get Trent Grisham, Ketel Marte, Robert Hassel, and Parker Messick for these 4 guys. This is an okay-ish move. I don't think it's the greatest, but it's okay. Okay, it looks like we are going to lose a lot of guys. I had a feeling that it would come crashing down soon. Ballesteros signs. Morhone, he's got to be too old at this point. Bryce Miller, Dennis Santana, probably guys who are too old. Ryan Pepio resigns. I mean, they're still pretty good. I'm not doing any more positional changes from now on. It's just going to be whatever. Well, maybe Bryce Miller at the playoffs. But I'm not going to keep turning these guys back in relievers at this point. Just they're going to have to figure it out themselves. This team is still phenomenal. I think we still have a shot at winning another World Series, which is just absolutely insane at this point, just to put it lightly. Okay, we're at the All-Star break. It is crashing down. It took long enough. I'm surprised we stayed this good for this long. We're 48-48. We're still ranked number 1, which gives me a glimmer of hope, but I think we're just too far gone at this point. Schlittler's an all-star. Harold Burrows is an all-star. Anyone else? No Ellie. Roman Anthony's still here. Dalen Lyle. What a beast. Huge Dalen Lyle supporter. Hopefully he can turn into a beast IRL. Yeah, I mean, we're 500. Maybe we sneak into the playoffs. That's the only shot, is the wild card at this point. So, yeah, let's see what happens. We've got 3 years left. Honestly, I'm already satisfied, beyond satisfied with what we've done. So, yeah. Just another dreadful draft class. Really nothing else to say about it. 84-78. They make the playoffs. I doubt they do anything this time around. Garrett Crochet, Ellie, Roman Anthony. Crochet Cy Young, Roman Anthony batting title. We're not going to change anyone just because the team's not doing well enough where I don't think we win it anyway. 8-8 with Anthony, 7-4 from Ellie. Grisham with a 5-8, 4-7 from Marte. Ballesteros with a 2-8. Cunha with a 2-3, 1-5 from Kelly. Campbell with a 1-3. So the hitters are doing well. Maybe it is just the pitching that needs some changing. 33 saves out of Harold Burrows. 5 WAR from Crochet, Schlittler with a 3, 2 for Bello, Bryce Miller 1-5, as well as Scoobs, who's down to an 88, 1-4 from Vasquez, 1-2 from McLean. You know what? I know what I said, but I am going to go turn Bryce Miller back to starter and see if they can somehow manage their 7th in a row. All right, they're taking on Detroit, and they immediately get swept. All right, it is what it is. We knew at some point it would happen, but their streak is over. I think it's probably just going to go straight downhill from here, to be honest. We do lose Roman Anthony to the Cardinals. It's insane that 5 players signed on the same day. Like, that's actually kind of crazy. All right, so another year where they lose a lot of guys in free agency. They signed Garrett Mitchell, Christian Moore, Brody Hopkins, but I think this is the end of their dynasty, unfortunately. All right, they're going to get Alec Thomas for Dennis Santana straight up. Okay, huge deal. They're going to trade away these 3 guys and pick up Gabriel Arias. Is he the one that was already? No, okay, he's the one from the Guardians. And Dominic Canzone is the 2 headliners. I don't really think this is a great idea. They're trading one good player for a couple of older guys who are kind of meh, but we'll see how it plays out for them. All right, just when you think they have nothing left, they somehow find a way to still be really good. 57-40, they're 5.5 games ahead. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know. They might have the reverse Babe Ruth curse, where it's now a strength. Harold Burrows, was he the one that was on our team yet, right? So it's unfortunate. It's funny, he went from the Twins to us, back to the Twins, which is obviously kind of funny. Ballesteros is an all-star from our team. Ellie's still here doing a job. Rock Chalowski, Bobby Witt, Leo DeVries. This is a phenomenal all-star race at shortstop. Dominic Canzone having a great year. So maybe they made a good move. Who knows? Let's sim to the end of the year. This is the last draft class. Let's see if they somehow get a big hit. All right, another just awful draft class. They have not drafted anything too special, so that's unfortunate. All right, 89-73. They make the playoffs. One thing I will say is so far they've made the playoffs every year, Garrett Crochet being probably one of the biggest reasons why. He's been phenomenal. Ellie with a 6.5, Moises with a 6.2, 4.5 from Canzone, 4.4 from Garrett Mitchell, 3.3 from Christian Moore, Alec Thomas with a 2.3, and a 1.9 from Gabriel Arias. Yeah, 48 saves out of Morhone. Scoob's still getting it done. Bryce Miller, Garrett Crochet, Brody Hopkins. I'm going to go turn him back into a starter, see if he can help this team win a World Series. Crochet with a 4-2, 3 from Bello, who has been very good, and it looks like it's continuing to re-sign with them, so that's something. Bryce Miller with a 2-5, 2-1 from Scoobs, 1-9 from Tyler Uberstein, and then a 1-3 from Hopkins and Lott, and then Reese Olson with a 1-2. We're going to go turn Brody Hopkins into a starter, and then we will sim the playoffs. All right, LA, they're going to move on. Houston is going to give us a problem. It is what it is. It's unfortunate. They've got 1 year left. Let's see if they can somehow end it off with a bang. I'm okay if they don't, though. All right, the last offseason, they've lost a lot of guys, a lot of team legends. They signed Jeremiah Estrada, Augustin Ramirez. They get Ceddanne Rafaela back, Ben Malgary, whoever that is. Ernie Clement comes back, Angel Martinez comes back, but I don't think that they have enough to win a World Series. They might not even have enough to make the playoffs, so I guess we'll find out. Okay, they make a big deal. They're going to trade away this Palbicki guy for Jet Williams, Ryan Kirkring, and a couple other guys. Gus Varland, how are you still in existence? That is what I would like to know. Yeah, maybe they're pushing for a playoff berth. Who knows? Okay, they're gonna get Nolan Shanwell for Lewis Gore. Okay. All right, home run derby. They are decent. Are they the greatest team in the league? Absolutely not. Not by the largest stretch of your imagination. But they're only 7 games back. Augustin Ramirez is an all-star. So who knows? Maybe they've got just a little bit left in the tank to make this happen. We saw Ramirez. Unfortunately, Moises left us. Do we have anyone else? Probably not. Probably not. And we don't. That would be an accurate assumption. Jordan Walker, are you a Hall of Famer? Potentially. Honestly, he's not that far off with where he is. Never mind. I take it back. I take it all back. All right, let's finish out this year. We're not stopping for the draft, so hopefully they can figure it out. Maybe make 1 or 2 big moves at the deadline. Who knows? Okay, they do the straight swap Hartman for Cardenas. All right, 82 and 80, unfortunately, is not good enough to make the playoffs. I didn't think it would be. Was it close at least? Ellie, stolen bases, he's a beast. Let's check out the rest of the team. So we finish every season positive. Only 1 season without the playoffs is phenomenal. Ramirez with a 5-8, 4 from Pasquantino, 3-3 from Thomas, 2-8 from Ellie. Mitchell with the 2-6, Williams with a 2-3, Christian Moore with a 1-9, and Nolan with a 1-3. Crochet probably will go down as a Hall of Famer. I definitely think he can. Maybe at this point. I mean, if we had another couple of years, he definitely would. I just don't think he's there yet. But in 2 years, he might be in the game, obviously. 3-3 from Crochet, 3-3 from Brody Hopkins, 2 from Bello, who has honestly turned in a pretty decent tenure here with the team. He's been here his entire career. Besides 26 and 28, where he was in the minor leagues. 20 WAR, honestly serviceable. 1-6 from Estrada, 1-4 from Kirkring, Hodge with the 1-2. So not a bad year, obviously. Not good enough to make the playoffs, but that's it for this video. I mean, we were absolutely nuts. Greatest franchise of all time, greatest 10-year sim you'll probably see. And that's the great thing about where we are right now is we're at the end. We're at the teams that were in the playoffs last year, and most of them are still pretty solid. So we should be seeing some more sims like this where we have a team win 3 or 4 World Series. Especially when we get to the Dodgers, we might actually win 10 straight. I don't know if that's possible, but it would be really funny. So, yeah, that being said, that's going to be it for this one. If you stuck all the way to the end, thank you. I really appreciate it. But that being said, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys as always for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. And peace.